And welcome back to the MANvFAT Wales YouTube channel for I think this is the first ever, actually, the first ever virtual in conversation, the first one that's not happened on a sofa, well, certainly not in the same room. So it's a bit of a strange one for me. And I'm joined by Dean Powell from the Grantham League. Hey, Dean.
Hello, how you doing? You all right?
Mm. I'll say again, and you. Thank you so much for taking the time. I am
No
okay,
worries.
but I'll tell everyone that's listening that I've had a really busy day today, and I feel quite tired. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been looking forward to this. I'm excited to tell the story of Man versus Fat Grantham and also my personal journey. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, I've heard lots of good things. I spoke to Alan the other day for a good long while. I believe you guys were league champions. Is that right?
We were the double league champions. So we won the league on the pitch. More importantly, we won the league on the scales. And we had our goalkeeper win the individual weight loss.
Oh wow, amazing!
So yeah, we're triple winners essentially.
A
Not to brag,
goalkeeper,
obviously.
is he a permanent goalkeeper?
Yeah, he's our permanent goalkeeper. We're
That's
actually
rare.
quite blessed at Grantham because every single team has a permanent goalkeeper. And there's nowhere else I've ever played where anyone wants to go and goal.
No. In no football setting that requires
Ever,
multiple
ever.
goalkeepers. It tends to be okay at 11-a-side and Saturday leagues and things. They seem to have, but they only need to find two. Whereas when you're on a small-sided league and you need like 8 or 10
It's
guys to
genuinely
go and
insane.
goal,
It's insane.
particularly man versus fat, I think, because guys generally join to shift a bit of timber, and then
Yeah.
you perceive you don't get as much of a workout in goal. I know that you do. I've done it a few
Yeah,
times, but
definitely.
I hate it. I think I lose more calories through the stress of it than anything else.
Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot. Please don't
Yeah.
shoot. Oh,
I
goal.
just spend
Done.
my time directing traffic.
Yeah.
But that's worked to a certain degree. I guess if your defenders know that you're useless, a shot equals a goal, essentially.
Yeah.
So you need to be on your game as a defender, which I guess helps as well, particularly with from an ability standpoint. Well, congratulations on your triple win. We'll call it a triple win.
Thank you.
And
Thank
let's
you.
go right back to the beginning, Dean. Let's talk about what drew you to the program in the first place.
Well, growing up, like most of us, I loved football. As a kid, I kicked the ball whenever I could. Some of my earliest memories were football related. In fact, probably the first vivid memory I can remember, as cliche as it sounds, is my uncle going absolutely insane at watching Arsenal win the league at Anfield in '89. I didn't know what was happening. I just know my uncle was going nuts. Do you know what I mean? So from then, I was like, I love football. Growing up, I had trials from Millwall. I'm from South London originally.
Oh wow, okay.
I had trials from Millwall, Crystal Palace, Wimbledon, Charlton, and that kind of came to nothing. And I kind of gave up. I still love football. I still love watching it, but I kind of gave up playing it because I didn't really think, what's the point? Do you know what I mean?
What position did you play?
I played kind of like left winger, more up front. So I kind of modeled myself after like Mark Overmars, that kind of position, Thierry Henry, that kind of position.
Terry Henry.
Terry Henry, Sports AM. But yeah, like I gave up and I started to get back into playing 5-a-side, 6-a-side from about 19 onwards. But then real life took over, work took over, and I couldn't put together that same time into football as I did. And as I got older, I started putting on more weight and started putting on more weight. Then football became less and less and less. Eating became more and more and more. So we moved up to Grantham in June of 2021. My partner is from Grantham originally. I have no ties to the area whatsoever. And not too long after we moved up, I was browsing the Nextdoor app because I like seeing like the petty drama of someone
man.
hasn't put their bins in.
One of our boys
And
in my team was the top of that recently on his community Facebook page. He was parked his car on the pavement, and there were scenes, I tell you.
I love petty neighborhood drama. But I saw the ad for MANvFAT in Grantham, which was a new league starting up, and I was like, this sounds great. I've got a bit of timber on me. I love football. I hope the old magic is still there. It isn't.
Oh no,
it isn't. The touch is still there. The mind is willing, but the body is not able. But yeah, it was like, okay, let's give it a shot.
Fantastic.
And because it's a new league, you're not coming into any pre-existing structure where there's lots of cliques and stuff. Everyone knows each other. Everyone is coming in blind and coming in together.
Yeah.
So
it's a really beautiful thing for that, I think.
Yeah, it was easy to like build a community amongst ourselves on day one. Do you know what I mean?
You're coming in, essentially, you're a 4-team league, right, in Grantham?
We're a 4-team league at the moment.
So approximately,
I believe,
go on.
There's 44 players signed to us at the moment. I think there's 2 on the waiting list.
Fantastic.
And the goal is to get to an additional 2 teams before our next season starts.
If I remember rightly, you're on week 10 now? I've been wrong before. And I'm relying on very...
We're on week 7. This is week 7. So there's 5 games left in this season.
Got that completely wrong.
It's fine. It's fine.
I remember Alan mentioning something vague about it, and I was basing my whole sentence then on that. I think it's really special, right? You've got 44 guys there. No one would have come into that in a group of more than 2, right? You get occasionally someone will say, "I'm in this, you come too." You've got a pair, but actually, it's normally 44 guys. Your story is almost identical to mine in that I moved from Bristol to South Wales and I didn't know anybody. There was nothing here. I moved here to be with my partner of the time. So there was that, but that was it. And I joined the MANvFAT League. And it just comes ready-made, right, with a bunch of 10 mates that you instantly make. And then you can go out into the wider league. And then you've got, out of that league was 80 guys. So it's just phenomenal. And it helped me so much in terms of just settling into the area a bit and finding my own personality again.
Because like without these guys, it would have been so hard to make that social circle. As you say, like you have your immediate team inside the club. But again, as a club, you come together every Monday for us and you have a chat with everyone that you probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet had you not started this.
No, and making friends as an adult is, I reckon, one of the hardest things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're done,
kid,
right?
Like, do you want to go and play? Yeah, let's play.
Yeah,
and you're now your best friend.
You like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. Job done. Do you like Spider-Man?
For sure. I do like Spider-Man.
Let's be best friends.
I'm more of a Batman guy.
Oh, have you seen it?
I have not. I'm still a little bit apprehensive about going to the cinema.
Oh,
I'm waiting for a high quality version for me to steal via the internet.
We'll try and cut that out. We won't. It's cool. I mean, it's you that's stealing. I went to the cinema for No Way Home in December.
Yes.
And I went on my own for the first time ever. Went to cinema on my own, and it was marvelous. It was the film was obviously fantastic.
Was it busy?
No, it was a Sunday night, so it was grand. But I think even if it was, I was just so chill. I got my nachos. I sat far away from all the 2 other people that were there at Sunday at 8:00. It was marvelous, and the film's obviously spectacular as well.
It is. It really is.
Tell me about any. We've sort of touched on the league championship, so try and park that if you can. But do you have a favourite moment within your MANvFAT journey thus far?
For me, my favorite moment was I started off at 106 kilograms.
Okay.
And for me, a big milestone was getting underneath 100. Like, that just felt like a nice milestone.
Then it looked better, right? When you look down.
Yeah.
You
See
lost a
two
figure.
figures rather than three. Do you know what I mean? So for me, that was a milestone. Getting my 5% certificate, which it's proudly on my fridge,
Yeah, good man.
is like one of my favorite moments. And also, I am to date the only person in MANvFAT Grantham history to score a header. It was the slowest header in the history of the world, but I hit it with my head and it somehow went in. So I'm taking it.
I don't know where I thought that was going, but I wasn't expecting you to say to score a header. You could be the first guy in MvFAT history to score a header, let alone
how many headers do you see scored at 6-a-side?
I'm trying to think back to the national tournament because obviously there was a lot of teams. We were sat in the middle and there were 6 pitches around us, and I can't remember a head being scored there, and I certainly can't remember a head being scored at our league, and we play 7. It's a slightly taller goal. But well, that's going in the title.
It was a special moment.
So,
touching on my favorite moment. Sorry to interrupt you. What it will be is seeing one guy in our team in particular score a goal who runs himself ragged every single week. Every single week, he runs himself ragged, and he's hit the post, he's hit the bar. So when he finally gets it in, I think that's going to be one of like us as a club's favorite moments.
Oh wow! So this is a preemptive favorite moment.
It's not happened. It's going to happen. It's not happened yet, but it's going to happen.
Fantastic!
And I can't wait. Great. I can't wait for it to happen.
That sounds great. We should probably try and get him on the pod. I think when that happens. So let me know. Let me know where that goes.
I will. Definitely.
We'll get him on.
For sure.
Let's talk. Talking of preemptive moments, then. Do you have a goal that you've yet to achieve?
My goal in general is to lose weight, as much weight as I can. When I first signed up with ManvFAT, I wanted to lose 15% of my body weight. And once I got past the 5% mark, I got to about 8, and then it started to, after Christmas, you know how it is. I started to like wobble a little bit. And my goal is to get to the 15%, because some of our guys have done spectacularly well. Alan, as you say, has done spectacularly well. One of our guys, Tony, has lost almost 20% of his weight. And he looks like a completely different man. He's literally half the man he used to be.
Fantastic.
It's so inspiring to see these guys come in and do this. So it makes me want to be better. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Outside of the weight loss, it's also inspiring seeing the standard of football improve so much from the first week we played. The first week we played, after 10 minutes, it was walking football.
Yeah. Can relate to that.
And now teams are going hell for leather the whole game. And like the standards have improved, players have improved. And I want to keep up with that improvement. Do you know what I mean?
I love hearing stuff like this, because so often you can talk about goals and someone will say, oh yeah, I was this and I want to get to this, which you've said. And I think when you're talking about percentages, that's slightly different. But when someone says, oh, I want to weigh this amount, you weigh in every week, right? And you see your weight every week. But what I love and I get a real buzz off is those goals that are a direct result of being lighter, but actually aren't being lighter. So that like dropping a clothes size or being able to play better football. I get such a buzz off of guys being able to live life a little bit better than they did before. And that only improves every week. I think it's tremendous.
For sure. Like one thing we didn't do, we're in our second season right now. One thing we didn't do last season was keep track of goal scorers. And now we're keeping track of our actual goal scorers. And that's kind of sparked a little bit of competition between the teams because no one wants to be left behind. So everyone's kind of like lifting each other up and motivating each other to be better, just by the nature of competition.
Yeah, and it's so brilliantly infused with, you know, the nature of being better, right? And being better for yourself. I think it's an absolutely wonderful thing to be a part of.
One of the main things I enjoy about MANvFAT is not you all come together as a club, but in your individual teams, everyone supports each other, but everyone outside of those individual teams still support you.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
When we do our weigh-ins, we'll ask, "Yo, bro, how did you get on the scales?" "Oh, I lost XXX. Great job." It doesn't matter what team you're on. Great job. Everyone lifts each other up. No one's like, "Oh, I hope he lost. Well, I hope he gained so we can get an additional advantage." Everyone wants each other to be the best possible person that they can be.
It's beautiful.
And it's a beautiful thing.
I want to visit one day. get a few more of these boys.
Come through, man. Come through.
Let's you mentioned to me before we logged on today another really key benefit of the Man vs. Fat program for you, which was the impact and improvement it had on your mental health.
Yeah.
Do you want to take some time to talk about
that? Yeah, sure. So
there's no pressure to do that if you don't want to.
No, I absolutely want to. I think it's important because I said to you before, I think as men, sometimes we struggle to talk about this. We don't think that the support system is there and we see it as a weakness, but it's not. Like, talking about your weaknesses is really a really strong thing to do. Man vs. Fat has had a huge impact on me personally. It's given me an outlet to meet new people. It's given me an outlet to try and be my best self. It's given me accountability and a responsibility to my team. Like, I don't want to be the person who lets down the team because I've thrown everything away and gained X amount of pounds or kilos or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's helped me so much, especially being new in a new area, not knowing anyone, just being able to have that immediate like support system. We all come together. We all have the same thing in common, which is a desire to lose weight and, most importantly, play football. It means so much to me. I've met some really, really good people through ManvFAT that I wouldn't have met ordinarily. Also, I struggle with alcoholism. I'm not doing too good. Well, I wasn't doing too good, but this ManvFAT has helped me so much. Like, just knowing that I'm playing on a Monday gives me a reason to be straight on a Monday. Do you know what I mean?
It's fantastic.
I can't play if I'm impaired, obviously. So it's just that, like, that accountability. It's making me accountable to my team, but also myself. It's given me a mirror to look at myself, and it's making me want to be the best version of myself.
For sure. Dean, that was really brave there. Thank you for sharing that. It's a journey, right? But it really does feel like... Go on.
It is a journey, and it's something that I feel I've come since October, since we started. I feel like it's played a huge part in where I am right now, because previously I wasn't doing too good, and now I feel I'm all right. I'm all right.
That's wonderful. It goes back to the off-scales victories, right? Like this. That's
for sure
something that's going to have a huge impact, both mentally and physically. And I'm really proud of you for sharing that. I think it was really brave, and you speak so beautifully about the impact the Man vs. Fat has had on you. And I think Yeah, those are some really powerful words today, and I appreciate them.
Thank you.
Dean, if we were talking to a fictional man who isn't sure about his next step with his journey, he's seen MANvFAT, but he's not sure if he wants to sign up, and you got to have a chat with him, what would you say?
Do it. Just do it. What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? At best, you're losing weight, you're playing football, you're meeting people, you're having fun. At worst, it's an hour of your life. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
What have you got to lose?
For sure. I think you've already touched on so many of the positives. That anyone that was unsure, it's probably going to be one of the videos that I go back to, because I think it's always difficult to round off ones like this, where someone shared so deeply. And I thank you again for doing that. And I know for sure that it will help people that are on the fence. And it's clearly an inspiring journey that you've been on and are still on. And I do wish you all the best with it.
Thank you. I really appreciate your words.
Dean, that was great. Thank you so much for coming on to the channel. And I said I'd love to come up and see the league. We'll definitely keep in touch. But thanks again. Thank you for your time.
No worries. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.
Take care, mate.